Okay, we're back. Now I believe where we left off was our center line, Dad. Okay, you take your plastic model and you put a line down the center of this. You put a line down the center there. Okay, this one was kind of hard to get because of this winglet here to get a line down the center. You know, that was pretty tough. The bottom's pretty flat, you know, except for these deals. And but like on Dad's SR-71, he was able to use the center line, and that's how he gets started. And then he starts measuring with his calipers. Now this is old school, people. There's an easier way to do this. I'll explain it to you, but I just want you to see how Dad does it.
Now there's the right way and the wrong way and my way. But anyway, what I do is measure it from the center line to the top. I get that dimension, which comes to 1 7/8. Then I measure the center line to the bottom. Which comes to 8/30.
8/30.
So that'd be
84.
that'd be closer.
Yeah.
Would be 8 13/16, which would be only 15 thousandths off, or 13/16. That's from top to the bottom, overall. Then you put a center line on a piece of paper, and you start measuring all these dimensions down, which gives you the curvature of your
Yeah.
plane.
You take a piece of paper. You take you a piece of paper that's big enough for your bulkhead. Okay, and you mark your center line up and down, your center line sideways, and then you come up 13/16 and 1
7/8.
and 1 7/8. 1 7/8 to the top. So you go up, measure up 1 7/8, and you measure down 13/16. Okay, and then you take them. No, we didn't multiply them. That's why that's still so small.
Yeah, that's what I
We didn't multiply. Now that we got that measurement, we times everything times 6.027.
Right.
And then you mark it on your paper. So you got to come up with one, and you kind of got to backwards engineer your 7/8. 7/8 is 0.875. 0.875. So you put your 1 on the front of it.
Times 6.27.
Times 6.027.
Okay, 11.
That's better. And it comes up to 11 inches, so we can go ahead and write that 11 inches down, and then 300.
Well, 11 1/4. That's closer to 1/4.
Yeah, 300 would be
2.50 is.
yeah.
Now it'd be 5/16.
400. Oh, 300. Yeah. So it would be, we already wrote down our 11 and 5/16. So we know that's going to be 11 and 5/16 from the center line up. And if you look at our bomber, that's right. Its bulkheads are huge. So
Then we multiply the bottom, which is 13/16 times 6.027, which is 4/896. Be 4 7/8.
Be 4 7/8. So really, you'd be better off.
5. Be 5 inches.
You take your measurement with your calipers. You multiply it before you convert it,
4 7/8.
and that'll get you exactly.
That'd be 4 7/8.
And this, from the center line down, is 4 7/8. Okay. Then Dad draws that out, and then he starts putting radiuses on them. He uses stuff, stuff like this, and Dad can just do that stuff, all right? And he's built 100 airplanes like this from when he was a kid. This is how he did it.
You don't have a
Compass?
compass, do you?
Put this.
Oh, okay.
One of my fans sent me.
Yeah, that works. What you do,
Move that pencil. Open that.
is draw out this radius, which they'll both be the same on either side. Then you come half of that,
Half of that radius.
and then you, which is 250. That'd be a 1/4 inch.
So you take 250
Times
times 6.0.
6.027. So you want a 1.5 inch radius. So you put your 1.5 inch radius
on these. 1.5, and then we can draw that out. We can come over here and and draw a radius on there on the big bulkhead. Yeah, just up there in the corner where they meet, because you see this will come up straight for a while. That's how Dad does it, and people, he can do it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to cheat. This is how I do it. Dad's old school, okay? And this is a lot less complicated. We know our number is 6.027. Now this is something any one of you guys can do, okay? We know we just use 6 inches so we can come up with an even number for to put them on. That's 1 inch. Every 1 inch is a bulkhead on this, which translates to every 6 inches on our model. Okay, so we just take this on a bandsaw. You still want to put your center line on there, and you mark them on your plane. You still want to put a center line so you know where to put your bulkheads after you cut it all up. And then you put this on your bandsaw and you cut. Just cut every one of them. Then you take these pieces, you transfer them to a piece of paper. You just stand them up like that. You outline them. You put your center lines on there, and then you take them to Kinko's and blow them up. Tell them you want, or Office Max does it. You can put several on this piece of paper, and then, or even on your printer at home. If you ain't doing it so big, but or you can do half of it. Draw half of it out to where you can fit them on your printer at home. But then you just enlarge it, 6.027. Bam. And then transfer it to wood. Bam, you got all your bulkheads.
Right.
Real easy, okay? Then you jig all this stuff up. Okay? It's best to jig it. Dad always jigs everything. That way everything stays straight. We know the bottom's flat, so you can pretty much stand these things up until you get to the end. That's where you'll have to do some multiplying. You come up here and you lay your straight edge on there, and you come to your last bulkhead. You take your calipers, measure that distance, times it 6.027, and you know how high up that bulkhead is from the table, from the flat spot. But that's the easiest way to make a plug. And then you could either sheet it with balsa or glue foam in between your bulkheads. I've known people